Good morning, dear students. Today we will study the heat transfer. Introduction. In earlier classes, all of we have studied about that the matter is composed of tiny particles. These particles are called molecules. A molecule can exist freely in nature and it possesses the property of the matter. It is very small in size, 10 to the power minus 10 meter, and cannot be seen even by microscope. The molecules are in motion as well as they have forces of attraction amongst them. The molecules are in motion even if it is solid or it is liquid or gases. The molecules of the matters, maybe solid, liquids or gases, are in motion as well as they have the forces of attraction amongst them. Due to the motion, the molecules have the kinetic energy, and due to the forces of attraction, they have the potential energy. The solid state would have the greatest potential energy and least kinetic energy, and the gaseous state, on the other hand, would have the least potential energy and the greatest kinetic energy. In the solid state would have the greatest potential energy because in solid, intermolecular force of attraction are strongest and least kinetic energy because in solids the molecules are not free to move. They vibrate about their main positions. That's why they have the least kinetic energy, and due to the strongest intermolecular forces of attraction, the solid state would have the greatest potential energy. But in gaseous state, on the other hand, would have the least potential energy and greatest kinetic energy because in gaseous state the molecules are free to move, and that's why the gaseous state have greatest kinetic energy and least potential energy because in gaseous state the intermolecular force of attraction are very weak. So when a substance absorbs heat, the motion of its molecule becomes rapid, so their kinetic energy increases. When the substance is cooled, the motion of the molecules becomes slow, and so their kinetic energy decreases. The total kinetic energy of the molecules of a substance is called the internal kinetic energy. The total kinetic energy of the molecules of the substance is called its internal kinetic energy, and the total potential energy of the molecules is called its internal potential energy. The sum of the internal kinetic energy and internal potential energy is called the total internal energy or heat energy of the molecules or heat energy of the substance. Thus, heat is the internal energy of a substance and it is measured in the unit of joule. Thus, heat is the internal energy of a substance and it is measured in the unit of joule. When the substance is cooled or it gives out heat, the motion of the molecules becomes slow, so their kinetic energy decreases, and the total kinetic energy of the molecules of the substance is called the internal kinetic energy. And the total potential energy of all the molecules is called its internal potential energy, and the sum of this internal kinetic energy and the internal potential energy is called the total internal energy or heat energy of the substance. It is measured in the unit of joule. When two bodies at different temperature are kept in contact, heat flows from the body at higher temperature to the body at lower temperature. So the average kinetic energy of the substance is a measure of temperature of the body. So what is the meaning of temperature? Temperature means the average kinetic energy of the substance is a measure of the temperature of the body. When there is a rise in average kinetic energy of the molecules of a substance, its temperature increases. If there is a fall in average kinetic energy of the molecules of a substance, its temperature decreases. However, during the change in state of a substance at a constant temperature, there will be no change in the average kinetic energy or its molecules. That means during the change in state of the substance, that means when a substance becomes solid to liquid or liquid to gases, then the temperature of the substance remains constant. That means in the case of change of state of substance, there will be no change in the average kinetic energy of the molecules. Now we will study the effects of heat. If we impart some amount of heat to any substance, then what are the changes can we see? There are the following three types of changes: change in temperature of the body, change in state of the body, or change in size of the body. When some heat is imparted to a body, following three types of changes can we see: change in temperature of the body, change in state of the body, change in size of the body. Now let us discuss about the change in temperature of the body. When a body is heated, its temperature rises. When it is cooled, its temperature falls. The change in temperature of the body depends on the following two factors: quantity of heat imparted to or rejected from the body. When heat is imparted to the body, its temperature rises, while if heat is rejected or taken from the body, its temperature falls. Now in view of molecular theory, what is the meaning of temperature? Temperature means average kinetic energy of all the molecules. Now on heating, the molecules begins to move faster. If we impart some heat to a substance, then the molecules of that substance begin to move faster. So the average kinetic energy of the molecules increases, and so the temperature rises. On the other hand, on cooling, the average kinetic energy of the molecule decreases, so the temperature falls. Now material of the body. Change in temperature of the body depends on two factors: quantity of heat imparted to or rejected from the body, and the material of the body. See here about the material of the body. Some materials rise to high temperature while some to a low temperature. Even same quantity of heat is imparted to them. For example, you can see different materials have different specific heat capacities. That means different amount of heat is required to raise the temperature of unit mass by unit rise in temperature. Suppose if we take 1 gram copper, 1 gram silver, 1 gram water, and if we want to increase the temperature 1 degree centigrade for each of these substances, then we require different amount of heat. Copper requires some different amount of heat, silver requires some different amount of heat, 1 gram water requires different amount of heat. Due to why? Because due to their specific heat, due to the materials have different specific heat capacities, because the copper has the specific heat capacities of copper, silver and waters are different. The specific heat capacities of copper, silvers and waters are different. That's why we require different amount of heats to raise the temperature of 1 degree centigrade of 1 gram copper, 1 gram silver and 1 gram water. Due to their different specific heat capacities, we require different amount of heat to raise the temperature 1 degree centigrade of 1 degree centigrade temperature of 1 gram copper, 1 gram silver, 1 gram water.